All right. First of all, I want to congratulate Andy, his staff, the players, Patrick, Travis, Chris. What an amazing game tonight. Also want to congratulate Mark Donovan and Brett Veach. So much work goes into an evening like this. You know, with Brett, it starts early in the offseason, and what an amazing job he did of putting this team together and helping us find players to replace some of the people that got injured during the course of the year. It's an amazing achievement. We talked a lot about this early in the year, about the opportunity to be the first team to go back to the Super Bowl after back-to-back wins, and it's hard to even put into words what it means to have the opportunity that we will here in 2 weeks in New Orleans. So special. I want to give a shout-out to our fans tonight. I thought our fans were incredible. GHA Field at Arrowhead is a very difficult place for opposing teams to play, and our fans made it so tonight. And then lastly, I want to congratulate the Bills on a tremendous season. What a great football team, fantastic organization that they have.
Clark, how do you think your dad would react?
Well, as much as we as a family like having a bunch of trophies with his name on it, I think he would have been upset because he was so humble. I don't think any of us really could have dreamed about it being like this and having the success that we've had, winning 5 Lamar Hunt trophies in the last 7 years, and going back to the Super Bowl. I think he would love it because at his heart he was a fan. He and my mom, they were fans first and foremost, and so I know he would love that aspect of it, and he would also love it for our fans because that was always a focus of his.
You mentioned it. Go ahead, Todd.
When you think about Andy and Pat and bringing them here, as you think about it in the idea of what it meant for the city, just how do you reflect on their impact over these last years?
Yeah, well, obviously it's been transformational. You just think back to 2013 when Andy joined the organization, made us an immediate winner, really changed the culture here, and then a few years later he got the quarterback that he'd been waiting his whole career for. I think there was a comment earlier about why it's so hard, why nobody's ever gone back to have a chance at a three-peat. I think it's because those teams didn't have the combination of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
We'll do 3 more guys. Sam, 5.5.
Can you put the impact Andy has had in perspective? You're a historian of the league. Are we looking at maybe the greatest coach in league history?
I think he certainly has to be in that conversation. Different time periods make it hard to compare coaches from different generations. Certainly having cleared 300 wins and with the Super Bowl wins that he already has and the AFC championships and NFC championship that he won, he's got to be right there at the top. I think the great news for Chiefs fans is he's not done. Right? We've got work to do here in 2 weeks, and then I know he's excited about the challenge of coming back next year.
Clark, Andy mentioned the gut-wrenching wins, and I wonder what that's been like for you all season. I mean, have you seen that as something building towards this, or at times worrisome? How did you process that? How do you think it impacted today?
Yeah, I think it was all of that. Certainly it was a roller coaster for everyone who's a Chiefs fan. All those close games, but at the same time, we were learning something valuable from it, and we've seen it in the past. And I think Patrick Mahomes is at his best when the games are on the line. And I said it outside the podium how he and his teammates almost always find a way to get it done. They did tonight. Tonight we were playing an incredible football team, the Buffalo Bills. You knew it was going to be close. We have the history of our playoff victories over them the last several years, so you knew it was going to be a close game because all those games were close. And I think the experience that the team gained during the season really helped them tonight.
Last 2, Adam, and then Nate. Go ahead.
Clark, congratulations, by the way. You said a minute ago you didn't dream of having success like this in the organization. What did you dream of? What did you think were realistic expectations?
Yeah. Well, our goal has always been to build a consistent winner, but the dream was to win 1 Lamar Hunt trophy and win our 2nd Lombardi trophy, which we achieved back in 2019. And the great news is none of us were satisfied with that. Nobody in the organization, Andy, Pat, Brett, Mark, myself, our entire family, we wanted to come back and have a shot for more. And credit really goes to Brett on helping us build that consistent winner. A lot of the players have changed over the last 6 years, but here we are back in the Super Bowl.
Last one, Nate.
Mark, when you're watching 4th and 5, your midfield, just what goes through your mind when you see Spags blitz your best cornerback, knowing that if it fails or succeeds, it kind of will tell the story.
Wow, what a game, huh? If you're anything like me, you're probably still buzzing from that incredible AFC Championship win. Clark Hunt said it best. It was a night to remember. You could feel the passion in his voice as he congratulated Andy Reid, the coaching staff, and the players. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, they all showed up in a big way. But you know what really stood out? The shout out to you, the fans. Think about it. Arrowhead Stadium was electric. The way the crowd roared. It's no wonder opponents call it one of the hardest places to play. Did you see those moments where the Bills struggled to hear their calls? That was you. Here's a quick question. What was your favorite moment from that game? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see if we all got chills at the same plays. And hey, speaking of chills, let's keep this energy going. Clark Hunt's speech wasn't just about the win. It was about something much deeper. Let's dive into that next. You know, Clark Hunt's speech wasn't just about football. It was about family. And if you've been a Chiefs fan for a while, you know how much the Hunt family means to this team and to the league as a whole. Hearing Clark talk about his father, Lamar Hunt, gave me goosebumps. Lamar didn't just found the Kansas City Chiefs, he helped shape the entire NFL. And now we've got a trophy named after him, the Lamar Hunt Trophy, and we've brought it home 5 times in 7 years. Incredible, right? But Clark's humility really shined through when he said his dad might have been a little upset about having a trophy with his name on it. Why? Because Lamar was a fan at heart, just like you and me. He loved this game, not for the spotlight, but for the joy it brought to the fans. And Clark? He's carrying that same spirit forward. So let me ask you, what's your favorite Lamar Hunt memory? Or if you're newer to the team, what does it mean to you to see his legacy live on? Let's share some stories in the comments. But wait, we're not done. There's one man who helped transform this legacy into what it is today. You already know who I'm talking about, Andy Reid. Let's get into his story next. Let's talk about the duo that changed everything, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Clark Hunt nailed it when he said Andy's arrival in 2013 was transformational. Think back to that time. The Chiefs were struggling, and then boom, Andy comes in and flips the script. Overnight, we became contenders, but it didn't stop there. A few years later, the Chiefs found their guy, Patrick Mahomes. And as Clark said, Andy finally got the quarterback he'd been waiting for his entire career. Can you imagine another coach-QB duo in the league like these two? Andy's brilliance on the sidelines and Mahomes' magic on the field, it's unmatched. Here's a fun question for you. If you had to pick one moment that defines the Andy Patrick era so far, what would it be? Was it the Super Bowl win in 2020? One of Patrick's insane no-look passes? Or maybe a play like Wasp? Let me know in the comments. Clark's right. It's this rare combination of leadership and talent that's given the Chiefs a shot at something historic. And speaking of history, this season was one for the books. It wasn't easy, but every challenge built us into what we are now. Let's dive into that next. Let's be real. This season was a roller coaster. There were moments when it felt like we were barely hanging on, right? But Clark Hunt said it best. Those tough games taught the team something valuable. Every close win, every nail-biting finish, it all prepared them for the playoffs. Think about Patrick Mahomes playing through injuries or the defense stepping up in clutch moments. This team didn't just fight, they grew. And in the AFC Championship, it all came together. The experience gained throughout the season paid off, and the Chiefs rose to the occasion against a tough Bills team. So here's a question. Which game this season felt like the turning point for you? Was it a comeback win? A big defensive stop? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious if we all see the same moment as the spark. But here's the thing. The Chiefs aren't satisfied with just another Super Bowl trip. They're building something bigger. Let's talk about the dynasty they're creating and what it means for the future. Here's the exciting part. The Chiefs aren't just chasing trophies, they're building a dynasty. Clark Hunt shared that the goal wasn't just one Lamar Hunt trophy or one Super Bowl win. It was about creating a consistent winner year after year. And Brett Veach, with his strategic roster building, has been key to making that vision a reality. Think about it. New players step up every season, yet the Chiefs remain dominant. That's no accident. It's ambition, hard work, and an obsession with greatness. What do you think? Are we witnessing the start of the next great NFL dynasty? Let me know in the comments.